Another mixed bag for our Thundersticks over the weekend, and for the men, it seals the end of their season. But there's a glimmer for our Perth Thundersticks women. Welcome to the Hockey Hour. Jace Gabriel with you as always, and with me, the DOB, daughter of Bob, Hockey Root 465, and Tigeress, Jane Claxton. Welcome, Jane.
Thank you. Yeah, a bit battered and bruised from the weekend, but we keep moving forward. For some strange reason, we still have a chance of making the final.
Yes, well, there is 3 spots sealed, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes, and I kind of looked at them and I thought, are they? But I think because people play each other, I think...
Yeah, they must have done the maths. We have to back them in eventually.
Yes. So 1 spot for essentially 2 teams. I think Brizzy too far away. So
yeah, I think it's up
3 teams. 3 teams.
Just WA and Canberra.
Yes.
Fighting it out. And we played Canberra last round, so who knows?
Yes. So there is plenty to chat about come results and preview. But we'll go through the Hockey WA news with some big news for our Junior World Cup shortly. Obviously, the results, fascinating stat I've found. That stats I've created it.
Yeah,
because I was unhappy. That's what you do when you're unhappy. You just go and find facts. Yeah, so we'll go through that, and we'll of course speak to one of our players, Courtney Chanel, on the line. Jane probably doesn't want to chat to us, so I'll chat to her mostly.
Yeah, you can just have your solo.
We'll go through the tipping comp, and we'll chat to Jane about her life as a hockey-roo. Then we'll leave that as to what we'll chat about later on in the show. But the men, the Boroughs Junior World Cup team has been announced, Jane.
Yeah, 18-person team announced over the week, I think yesterday even, or as we record. So very exciting, and congratulations to all those that have obviously made it. They're heading over to India on the 20th of November to the 12th of December. So fresh off of Hockey One straight into the Junior World Cup. Similar to the women, 3 WA representatives in the squad in Matt Edwards, Ian Grubbeler and Pat Andrews, which I think all 3 probably aren't a shock. All really performed quite well, I think, Sultan Johor and across the year at Junior World Cup level. So congratulations to those, and yeah, kind of exciting to see what they can do after what happened in Sultan Johor.
I think it'll be good that majority of these players have been playing Hockey One. So it's a really good lead in, although not together.
Yeah.
It's not like they've just been training. They're actually playing games of hockey, which is, I assume, helpful. Was that?
At a hard time of year to get games as well.
Absolutely.
And at a really high pace. I think Hockey One will prepare.
Did you have that during your Junior World Cup?
Oh, no, I came fresh off the Senior World Cup.
Okay.
Straight into Junior World Cup. No. Unique situation. So, if anything, I was too fatigued.
Fighting the old balance. We've, of course, got the KMSB Youth International Griffin Cup that has started, or is starting on next Thursday. Set to be the biggest tournament with teams competing from WA, South Australia, Victoria, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia and Korea. Bigger, I think, than last year from memory. 4-day tournament we held at PHS and UWA Super Turf from Thursday the 20th to the 23rd of November. WA teams are found on the website. You can see who they are. The under-16 teams that competed at the under-16 National Championships earlier this year are back. The Stars and the Highlanders. KMSB, which stands for Kimberley Marine Support Base. They're the Waves, and they're back under the leadership of the big dog, Chris Sorello, and Courtney Chanel. Outbacks will feature the talent of the regional WA teams. So Southwest, Midwest, Goldfields, Wheatbelt and Great Southern, with the backing of OMSB, which stands for Onslow Marine Support Base. So thank you for the Kimberley Marine and Onslow Marine Support Bases for getting involved. Really appreciate that. And it's set to be a pretty exciting tournament with teams from multiple countries. Really cool.
I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah, well, there you go. Now you do, Jane.
Yeah, I do.
This is why we do the news. Of course, 2026 will have the WA State Indoor in early January, and the indoor senior teams have been announced. So that will be obviously in Canberra. It's been in Canberra for the last few years from memory.
Indoor fiends over there.
They love their indoor, beautiful, cold place. So yeah, might take that. The 16s and 14s, although, will be in Goulburn, and then the 21s Open and 18s will be in Canberra. The Opens teams will be coached by Ryan Pace, who will do the men, and John Carroll, who will do the women. The under-21s are coached by Mitch Pace, and unfortunately, there's no women's team due to insufficient numbers. So, sorry to those who did nominate. Unfortunately, no team. It reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Lisa has the volleyball and it spikes, and then there's no team. But we've got plenty of gear. We've just got not enough players, unfortunately. But the 18s will be coached by Ryan Armstrong-Bowes for the boys and Kirby Hobbs for the girls. So congratulations to those announced, and wish those teams all the very best for their indoor tournament early in the new year.
Now, what everyone's been waiting for all year, the most controversial voting system, the FIH Hockey Star Awards for 2025. So obviously head over to FIH and vote for who you wish. We unfortunately don't have any reps this year for Australia, but we do have a few for New Zealand, so that's great.
Yes.
But yes, 12 athletes have been shortlisted for the FIH Best Player and FIH Best Goalkeeper of the Year awards. Female Players of the Year is Zandervaart from obviously Netherlands, Alex Gurniers from Belgium, and Li Hong from China. And then for males, it's Tom Boone from Belgium, Nicolas Delator from Argentina. I love his last name. Thierry Brinkman from Netherlands as well. So they're kind of
say that world champions, I suppose. So.
Yeah, I guess so. And then Female Goalkeepers of the Year, Anne Veenendaal, obviously from Netherlands again, Lu Ping from China, and Grace O'Hanlon from New Zealand. So, yeah, if you're online, please get around Grace O'Hanlon. She has had a great year. Male Goalkeepers of the Year, James Mazzarello from England, Jean-Paul, I don't know how to say his last name. Danneberg. Yep. And Thomas Santiago from Argentina. So, yeah, the list of nominees obviously come to light for a few reasons, but we luckily have two people on the expert panel for FIH, which is one, Ashley Morrison, who you'll probably hear on the airways or commentary, and then obviously Colin Batch, ex-Kookaburra coach. So voting closes on the 16th of November. Further awards also that go to the public eye is Coach of the Year. No, sorry, not up to the public eye, is Coach of the Year, Umpire of the Year, and Rising Star of the Year. So that's usually Best Player of the Junior World Cups.
Which I find interesting because like some of those junior players would have played through the year, but they could potentially not win the Rising Star.
Well, usually it's not. So previously it's not in a Junior World Cup year. It will be based on votes from coaches. Okay. So I think coaches and captains of each team get to vote for those last three awards. Okay. Not that I ever voted, so I don't know what captain they were consulting.
It all comes out in the wash. But we'll hold your thought because there is a question from our good friend Rowan in the mailbag of who we think will win those awards. So hold tight. Thomas Santiago actually spent some time here. He played for Joondalup when in the promotion league. I think it was promotion league. So
reason he's where he is
catapulted him all the way to a nominee for goalkeeper of the year. That's all for the news. So let's go straight into the mailbag, Jane, and we'll go to that question straight up. Who are your votes for the 2025 Hockey Star Award players? So for Rowan, our good mate, who has constantly sent us mailbag questions throughout the year, and they've been great questions. Another good one. Who do you like? Let's go with the women first.
Well, Zandervaart hasn't actually played that much this year. She had kind of had an in and out season, took a bit of a break during Pro League and all of that.
Sting, okay.
I do still think she's probably one of the best players in the world comparative to the other two.
Yes, I would agree. I've watched Li Hong a lot when obviously China came to Australia, and she's quite a good player as well, and obviously grown under Alison Allen. But I think you can't really get past that.
Yeah.
But
I thought Alex Gurniers was an interesting ad.
Yes, I was trying to think.
Yeah. I don't believe in the top three in the entire world. But...
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I thought there could have been some others, but
especially from that Belgium team.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the striker who dark skin, like really.
Drag flicker, yeah.
bushy hair. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She's good. I like her. Like, she's sharp.
Yeah, she's still quite young, but yeah, interesting top three. But I would probably go to
Talent game?
I can't.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll find it. What about the boys? So this is also a tough one because Thierry Brinkman, very good, Dutch captain. Nicolas de la Torre, also very good. But Tom Bone, I think, hit 21 goals in 15 games.
I think he'd come back, and his first game back, he hit 3 in Pro League.
Yeah.
Like, cool, rude.
Actually, do you know what? Fun fact: when I was looking up your number this afternoon, you're noted as a forward.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
So there you go.
Most
Sorry,
undervalued forward.
I digress. Female goalkeeper. I think I know where we both sit. I think Grace O'Hanlon has had a super year.
Yeah.
So I think Grace, obviously, was here in Perth for a long time. Was in the development squad.
Yep.
With the Hockeyroos.
Yep. She was on the cusp of making Hockeyroos before she transitioned over to New Zealand. And yeah, don't blame her for that, because goalkeeping, you can sit there on the bench for a while until you get your opportunity. And so great that she's she's been a solid goalkeeper for them for quite some time.
Yeah, Grace for me.
She performed really well in the, I think it's a Champions Cup below Pro League.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah, something like that. Very good there, and obviously, the person who basically ripped the hearts out of the Hockeyroos at the Oceania Cup. And then the male goalkeeper, Mazzarello, very good, and obviously Santiago, very good. But I think Jean-Paul Dannenberg is probably the best goalkeeper in the world. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Rowan. Appreciate your question. Did we have a question similar to this from Georgia? But look, Jane's probably closer. The question is, what is it like being a professional athlete? Now, Jane, you are and have been much closer to that than I ever was. So I'm just your run-around amateur. And tell us.
It's really hard to describe because it's different for every single person.
Would you count your year in the Olympic years professional?
Oh, no, I still work.
Okay.
Probably near full-time.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Except, I would start probably a month out from the Olympics dialing back work and work less.
Yes, okay. Fair enough.
What is it like, though? I've never really been asked that. It's tiring, I think, and you don't realise until you're out of it how much fatigue you're actually going through. Not just the physical fatigue, you can probably get used to that, but the mental fatigue of every single day turning up to try and improve. And trainings are a form of selection. So every training you come to, you've got to kind of come prepared to get that 1% out of yourself. And that sounds so daunting, but you kind of get into the rhythm of it. But yeah, it's incredibly tiring and incredibly unrewarding a lot of the time.
Yep, imagine.
But that sounds real sad.
Please, Georgia, don't listen to this part of Jane.
No.
Listen to that part of Jane.
But on the flip side, it's like, wow, how incredible that you get to travel the world. I know people do that for their job and they get paid way. Often people don't like their job, and it's really, I think, challenging to find things you don't like about a sport.
Maybe for George's benefit, you pull on the one piece, and what feeling did you get every time?
Usually a lot of nerves. Every single game I played, it didn't get easier. But it's cool thinking that you're one of the 18 in Australia that is at the top of the sport. And I think there is no other workplace that can afford you that, and categorically afford you that. There's you could be a top accountant in Australia, but that's probably your own opinion. Whereas categorically, you are one of the top 18 players in Australia, and I think that's pretty special.
That's cool. I like that. Good answer. Thank you, Georgia. Anon's dropped in a few little questions for us. Is there a particular mantra or routine that keeps you grounded before a match?
Yeah, Jason, do you say?
I was a creature of habit. I still am a creature of habit. So I would generally do the same things before a match, like eat at the same time, do whatever rolling or whatever, whatever roughly about the same time, go for a shower about the same time before I had to get to the ground. I mean, obviously it would change depending on how long it would take me to get to where we're playing, but yeah, I was just a creature of habit. In regards to mantra, I didn't really have a mantra. mine was more routine for me.
Yeah.
That was
Control the
key. Yeah, that was the key for me.
I've become a lot less into routine now I've retired, just because I don't probably pay as much weight. But when I was in the hockey, it was very similar. I had kind of a routine before we would get on the bus to go to the hockey game. Now I'm a lot more relaxed about it because I'm not so much focused on my individual performance. More just like to have fun. And so, I think mine was more routine based. I had comfort in predictability. But at the same time, I frothed when the bus was late and we just had to rush warm up and you had nothing to think about and you're just getting into the game. I also liked that aspect of it. So,
nice.
I sometimes was always like, come on, let's have something really screw up here so that we just can't think about it and you just have to go onto the field.
I like it. Well, both routine people. So good question, Anon. Another from them. If your playing style were a song, what would it be? I saw this before and I was like, what kind of songs? And I went through a little bit through my Spotify and then I came across Limp Bizkit rolling and I'm like, that's it. I would just keep rolling.
Sometimes part of me, and this is probably people playing against me, would think it's some form of Metallica song. It's like, God, you're a psycho. And you're just relentless and so annoying. And there's no real words to what you're doing. And it's never sometimes pretty. It's very kind of dogged style of play. So I was like, could I be in the Metallica aspect, which I totally hate, but totally get if I was the opposition against me.
Well, we'll put that challenge to Michaela to find an appropriate Metallica song that would sum up Jane's on-field performance or playing style. Onto the WA Instagram. Oh, that's a good question. I did think of it. I had a look at a few, but I thought that's what I would go with. Now, if you could steal one skill from another player, what would it be? And who would that player be?
Oh, any type of elimination skill. You will notice I don't actively try and eliminate people. I'll push and run. I'll pass around people. So any type of that type of 3D.
So should I just
on the
throw up Steph?
Yes. Steph is still very speedy though. She obviously does have an incredible amount of skill, but some kind of wizardry I would love.
Like a Luciana Amar.
Cool. You're in a tight spot in the back corner and it's a minute to go and you're the person that has the ball because no one can get it off you. There's this famous clip, I think it's
Ellen Hogue.
Ellen Hogue versus Anna Flanagan. I want to be Ellen Hogue.
Just raspberry.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. I think for me, I would love drag flicking was kind of in its infancy when I started playing. And I remember Steve Boyce being very, very good, but he ended up hurting his knee, and it kind of affected him. I want to steal it from Blake Covers. He just looks...
You want the glory.
Yeah. I want to be able to score more goals.
Be a poster boy.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Summary.
Goals. PC, field goal. They all of them.
I know.
You look at the top. I mean, Blake is obviously very good. Aaron Hazel, very good. Ian Grobel is doing it for the Thundersticks at the moment. It's such a... and if you look at leading goal scorers...
Yeah, you can be so...
Liam Flynn, the other one.
There's no glory for trapping a corner.
Yeah, I think that was my role. Just watching it. That was it.
Elite trap, though.
Dead right.
I always said you've got to clap for the trap.
I like that. Yeah, I would steal the drag clip from Blake. I think he's probably one of our best up there with Chris, I would say. Chris and Luke Dorner, probably in the men. But yeah, that's what I would steal. Thank you for the mailbag questions this week. We will obviously ask for more in the coming few weeks we have left, but get onto the Hock WA Instagram story or send them direct to Jane or I, and we're happy to answer your mailbag questions. Hockey WA is thrilled to have the continued support of Styles Electrical Services as the naming rights sponsor of the 2025 Premier League men's and women's competitions. With over 25 years of experience in sports lighting, Styles Electrical Services is committed to supporting hockey's growth in WA by assisting clubs with floodlighting upgrades and strengthening pathways for athlete development. Their ongoing support will help enhance one of the world's strongest domestic hockey competitions, and we cannot thank them enough for their support. Visit styleselectrical.com.au to find out more about Styles Electrical and how they can help your club. All right, let's have a look ahead, Jane. The Thundersticks have a bye, but we're going to start Friday night. New South Wales Pride Adelaide Fire in Goulburn. Let's start with the women. Do the Fire challenge the Pride, or are they just going to keep going on their merry way?
I think the Pride are going to go on their merry way. Yeah.
I agree.
Both men's and women's.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we scared for the Adelaide Fire in the men's game?
Is Govers playing?
I would say it's a very strong chance.
Yeah.
Tim Brand probably is playing.
Didn't play on the weekend because they didn't want to pay for his flights.
Oh, well, interesting. He's supposed to be going to the Aslan Shah, Leon. He's been named for New Zealand. So I don't know if that was why he wasn't there as well, or in comparison as to why they did. Maybe he's back in New Zealand.
And that'll be a tough.
Yeah, I'm thinking cricket score again. But anyway, Hockey Club Melbourne and the Canberra Chill at the State Netball Hockey Centre in Parkville. In the women's game, I still don't know. I'm not convinced by Hockey Club Melbourne.
I'm not, because we played them and I was like, how have you then gone on to beat these? So I'm really perplexed by them. I think Canberra will want to be keeping their tournament alive.
Yeah, they have to, right? Yeah. I'm gonna pick Hockey Club Melbourne at home. They're finding a way to defend. So let's go with that.
Yeah.
In the men's game, this would be a cracking game actually. This would be a really good game of hockey in the men. I think Hockey Club Melbourne will win. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I think so. And
then your game over in Queensland. You had to get more sun, Jane.
We've got half our team is Brisbane Blaze, so I think they're pretty keen to win.
Oh.
And this game that were flagged as our one, so we wanted to win.
Do you reckon people will be hurling it over the fence for Steph?
No, I actually think we'll have more people supporting us.
Oh, well, we'll see about that.
We have all of commercial hockey clubs, and they're general, so no, it will be a good game, I think.
I think you win this game.
I really back us as well.
Yep. In the men, I think it's going to be another cracking game, but the Brisbane Blaze, I think, should win this game. I've been impressed with how they've played. Some really impressive players. And
the boys, I really like how they played.
They were very good.
Too much interchangeable movement, and I think that will be key against something like Brisbane Blaze.
Yep.
But they are a stacked side, and especially with Joel with PCs.
Yes.
That'll be tough.
Tim Howard didn't play either on the weekend. No. So Tim, I assume will come back to play. So that'll be fascinating. Let's have a look at the Hockey Hours One Active Hockey One Tipping competition, and Marshall Roberts sitting on top on 30 points. He's 5 clear of Cassie F 93. Josh Lane is in third on 24. And then we've got a tie for fourth. TC Hogan, Russ Atwood, Ben Fells, and Sienna Norgett. Everyone in that list except Ben Fells has used their wild card twice. So there are people probably sitting underneath. Yeah, well, they're sitting underneath and ready to pounce like me.
Well, last 2 rounds.
Yes, you got to use it, within the last 2 rounds,
Okay.
So double points, of course, with the wild card. So it'd be fascinating to see how it all plays out.
To do it. There's a lot of
tough rounds
to do. Tough round.
I'm going to give everyone a heads up. I'm saving mine for the last round.
You're going to do double?
Yeah, my wild card I'm going to save for round 7.
Wow.
Yep. Going to come from the bleachers and hopefully.
I don't know.
Of course, there is a men's and women's signed Thundersticks jersey up for grabs, and if it's a tie, I'm happy for there to be a couple of them. We'll just ask the Thundersticks to sign some more T-shirts. But thank you for everyone for being involved. It's been, I hope you've enjoyed it so far.
Love
a nice little initiative.
I don't think any other state's doing it.
Oh, no, I'm sure the shootout guys will do something come finals. That's what happened last year.
In terms of inclusive, just those 2.
Well, I think there's other people that get involved, similar to what we had last year. All right. Inside the Circle with Jane, of course, we dive into her life as a hockey-roo. And this week, or for this segment, we're going to chat about playing overseas. Now, that's a big pull for players in Australia because it's obviously a different season. You play the winter here and then you go play the winter in Europe. Give us, firstly, an insight. How does it work? Do you get approached by clubs? It seems mostly Germany and Holland would be probably
some
the most
there, but by and large, you're not approached by clubs. It would be very rare. You kind of have to, one, because they obviously don't know who's interested.
Yep.
But usually you kind of have a contact, like Potsy was a really great contact for a lot of people because he obviously worked over there. And then obviously Tim White, who's in Belgium.
Yes.
There's a few Australians that are malingering over in Europe. And so you, approach and be like, hey, what club needs someone?
Yep.
Often you're probably placed at like a bottom 4 club.
Yep.
Especially in Holland. I think there was a rare case of Brooke Paris being at, what club was she? The black and yellow club for Holland.
Den Bosch.
Den Bosch.
Yep.
But that was a duo deal with.
Oh, okay. Yep. Fair enough.
So it's very rare you would be able to crack it into those clubs. But yeah, you often like put out the word, you try to negotiate a contract. A lot of the girls have been mainly to Holland.
Yep.
I know the boys now are branching out to Germany, and the reason behind that is because they have a more compressed season. I think 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
6 weeks and then a break.
4 and 4.
Yeah. Yep.
And the reason behind that is they do double headers on some weekends, and so it takes up less of your time.
Yeah.
It is during hockey one, but there is some negotiation now. Like when I first was in the program back in 2013, 15, it was pretty frowned upon to go overseas. It basically, you said, oh, well, you're risking your selection.
Yeah. Okay. That was
and so no one really ever did it. There was a rare few that did it.
Yeah.
They probably caused it to then be banned for the rest because they came back a bit unfit and all of that.
It's
so hard to maintain fitness over there when it's total different lifestyle. And so it wasn't until probably Trini came in that people started doing it again and kind of said, look, we don't get paid enough here. Like, this is a way of us earning money. It's during Hockey One. Our games are streamed over there. You can watch it. And usually it's only some of the senior players that do it if you've already kind of got your foot in the door and you have, I guess, that luxury of doing it. It's very rare that a newcomer would do it.
Yep.
So you approach a club, sign a contract, and then you're pretty much committed there for at least 5 months, I would say, for Holland. Germany's way more lenient,
yep.
Not as big a time commitment. And if I was a young player right now, I would probably be looking at doing something like Germany because of the compressed season.
Yep.
And I think you can get a lot more out of it than, say, somewhere like Holland. And the teams are a lot closer together in terms of spreading of quality players.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So a lot more competitive. There's not kind of that top 4 and bottom 4 situation like in Holland.
Yep, absolutely. Do you know a guide of the payment for players? Well,
depends who you are. Some are very lucrative. I know the boys, part of the reason they switched to Germany is monetary gain.
Yep.
But I would say like best end would be 20 grand.
Okay.
And that's inclusive of accommodation and maybe a car. But yeah, not many people would be up in that category. You'd probably be lower. And also a lot of the time that's inclusive of expectations of coaching at the club.
Yep.
It's plus or minus accommodation, plus or minus a car. And so those things do weigh into the ultimate price of an individual. But yeah, it'd be hard, especially in Holland, to get anything more than that as a girl.
If you were not a part of the program, would you, and maybe on the cusp as a development player, would you have looked at it, I suppose, in hindsight?
Yeah, definitely. I did actually play in Germany when I was in year 11, so I did part of my schooling there.
Oh.
And so I did a bit of indoor and a bit of outdoor. And I did love it. I liked the kind of German mentality.
Yep.
I'm very similar to them. I like order. I like everything being practical. But yeah, so I definitely would recommend it as like, especially a maturity thing. Their whole hockey setup is quite professional. Like, they travel as a team to go to their games each weekend on a bus. They have gym programs. They have like some really thorough ex-phys programs. So it's a good taster of what it is I like to be a professional athlete, I think. And every game, it's really serious. It's like ship stations type stuff. And so great to get used to that type of hockey as well.
Yep, and they certainly celebrate accordingly after the games as well.
Trapped into that.
Yes, which is the trap. Now, hopefully that gives people a bit of an insight to, well, obviously we've seen 4 or 5 players come back in the men's competition, Jeremy Hayward, Tim Howard, Tom Craig, etc., and obviously being in Germany. So it gives people a bit of an idea of what they're doing, roughly how much they're getting paid, what the contract kind of looks like.
Are very different in terms of money.
Yes, I can imagine.
So don't take anything I just said and apply it.
Yeah, it gives people a guide, right? And it's obviously the Hockey India is part of that now as well, and what they all have to weigh up as well. But another little segment, a short one with Jane for Inside the Circle, and that sees us to the end of the show, Jane. Of course, catch us on Spotify. We thank everyone for following. We've been told by the Hockey WA team that we've got lots more followers and people are still listening. So we appreciate everyone tuning in, and we appreciate all your comments and feedback for us. We thank you very much. Obviously, the Mailbag as well. But yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or if you want to watch it on YouTube, you can do that as well. Only got a few more shows left, but we will keep on keeping on. No games for the Thunder Six this weekend, but make sure you check out Jane's game on Sunday. And look, if you want to give us or give me feedback about Jane's game, I'm more than happy to receive it.
I personally don't need it.
No.
I get it from my dad and my mother and my brother now. So
oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it's a combo, isn't it?
Yeah, don't really need it. Thank you for putting that out there.
No, you're welcome. Well, thank you for your company. We'll catch you next week on the Hockey Hour.